Nothing changes here. We are beginning the start. No, I'll go with it. Fuck it. Of the beginning of this story. Quite literally, this is the beginning of the story, but it's needed, I think. They're gonna fucking whatever. We're gonna start Kingdom Hearts 3 today, but first we're going to watch Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, or X if you want to be like that, but I believe it's supposed to be Key. In this instance, due to the phone game, as these are, I think, cutscenes that were in the phone game. Maybe, I believe, like remastered type thing again. But compared to the other remasters, this won't take forever. This is only an hour long, so yeah. I will just start. Yes, I would like subtitles. That would be great. That would be cool. Are we gonna have like? Oh, look at that! Look at this. Fucking. Whoa. Okay. Text. Gosh, yeah. This is how the phone game looked. Not super impressive. Really, but yeah. It was what it was. So you cannot play it anymore, I'm pretty sure. Oh, they were fighting invisibles. Again, I can't read the text that you're spelling out for me. It's going by way too fast. Like, there is no way. Also, you tell me Donald and Goofy had dealt with shit back Jesus. Okay. Are we sure about that? Are we sure that happened? Are we sure that all of these instances happened to them? Because then it would have happened twice. Yeah, I'm sure this text, like, I'm sure it says stuff, but I can't possibly like read it quick enough. Also, there's Divine Rose, apparently, and Wishing Lamp, I believe it's called. It's a lot of 5 and then some 6. Okay, no, also the text is repeating itself. So I don't know how much text there actually is. Okay. I'm gonna guess that was maybe like a very case of Luxu, yeah. That it was like this is all the events that happened in the game, and now we get to see fully realized cutscenes.
So that makes you the indisposable number 7. Huh. Come on, it's simple. U6 plus me is 7. Wait, don't tell me I don't count.
No.
Okay.
Here, take it.
I believe that Keyblade is called No Name.
In the master's playful and mischievous way, he gave his apprentice Luxu a
Luxu is how you pronounce it.
role.
Okay, good to know, because I had no idea.
Like a simple task was the element that would connect all of the events to come.
Do I know this voice? I feel like I know this voice.
Long, long ago, all the worlds were still one.
What does that mean?
One day, this would be called the Age of Fairy Tales. It all began here in Daybreak Town.
Tell me
The
every
Master
Disney
of
world
Masters had
were
an
part
eye
of the same world?
that gazes into the future. He bestowed upon 5 of his 6 apprentices a copy of the Book of Prophecies, in which was written the events to come.
Okay. Why did he leave out one? Case of Ira, or Era.
So, did you look through the book?
Yes, but I'm still analyzing it.
Wow,
Matt?
no quick skim for you, huh?
I just prefer to be thorough. Master, is what it says in the last passage true?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
yeah,
It
that.
has to be.
Bummer, huh?
My God, I
Yes.
didn't realize
By the
that.
way,
I
if
didn't-
one day
I didn't
I
think I would hear
suddenly
him here.
disappear, I'm counting on you to keep the others calm, okay?
Huh? Disappear?
Vanish, dim, fade. I don't know how to explain it. It's just hypothetical talk.
Okay.
This world is full of light. It's a world comprised of many smaller worlds, all connected, stretching as far as the eye can see. One great light protects us all throughout this vast land. All worlds share one light, one fate.
I take it you're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, you're right on the money. People believe that the light that is Kingdom Hearts will be here forever. But if it were to disappear, the world would be enveloped in darkness.
I understand. That is why you granted us these Keyblades. With these, we can spread the teachings of light. And we can protect Kingdom Hearts from darkness.
No, they're not for protecting Kingdom Hearts.
Huh?
The final passage reads, "On that fated land, a great war shall transpire.
No, Chess.
Darkness will prevail, and the light expire."
Isn't it our duty as Keyblade wielders to prevent this war from taking place?
Not possible.
What?
You really think you can change the future?
Then, what do you want us to do?
We have to focus on what comes after. There's no use thinking of ways to change events that we know are gonna happen.
But what about all of those who are here now? And the ones who will be here when the darkness finally comes? Are we to abandon all of them?
Come on. you
His
telling me that
unicorn
you
man,
think
I
the world
believe
can be
his
saved by
name
just
might be
7
Ira.
people?
And his voice
We
is
have to
Matthew
at least
Mercer.
try. With enough Keyblade wielders, we could...
Well, if you want to give it a shot.
Yes.
Alrighty, good luck.
The design, okay, well. Don't know if the design is... It's not from... What?
And so the reliable Era,
Era,
who wore
okay.
the mask of the unicorn, was given his role to take over for the Master and to lead the others. Similarly, the virtuous Envy, who wore the mask of the snake, was given her role to watch over the others with a fair eye. The fearless Aced, who wore the mask of the bear, was given his role to support their brand new leader, Era. The prudent Ava, who wore the mask of the fox, was given her role to prepare exceptional Keyblade wielders for the world after. The cool-headed Gula, who wore the mask of the leopard, was given his role to uncover the mystery of the Book of Prophecies. Lushu, the first of the apprentices to be given their role, watched his companions from afar as they learned what it was that they were meant to do. Then, he disappeared. Not long after that, the Master vanished, dimmed, and faded without a trace. This is where your story began. The story of your very own adventure. 5 of the Master's apprentices armed themselves with the Book of Prophecies. They each created a union. This would fulfill his wishes. Then, they set out to rally Keyblade wielders just like you. By defeating Heartless, the monsters of darkness, they would gather light.
This is gonna be like extreme. I'm gonna have to sit here and just try and. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna need
There's a traitor among us.
to remember. Fuck you for saying that. For I don't
Are
know how
you
much I
certain?
need to remember
proof
of
do you
this.
have?
I know a few points maybe, but like I don't know how much is gonna be actually relevant.
I found this sniffing around.
Is that a dark Cherothy? Is that a nightmare?
Are you shitting me? You tell me dream meters are actually relevant in more than just a game? Or is that a different thing than the dream meter? Nope, no, it sure is.
Master, did you make this? It's so cute!
It sure is those.
Well, things are gonna get pretty hectic around here soon. But this spirit Cherothy is gonna make your lives much easier. Hopefully.
Spirit?
You could say they're like cats or dogs. And they'll be your loyal pets. Every wielder will have one of these adorable little guys at their side. They're here to help, so play nice.
Okay.
Oh, right. Before I forget. If a wielder is overcome by malice, or rather if their heart is tainted by darkness, their adorable little spirit will turn dark and become a nightmare.
So you're telling us that if we see a nightmare,
Someone has fallen into darkness.
Exactly. And if you don't stop this renegade spirit, it'll plant darkness in the hearts of others. And you'll have an army of nightmares on your hands. Beware.
So, if we see one of these nightmares anywhere, we have to get rid of it on the spot.
No! I won't let you do that!
No wonder you ended up as the bear. You're scary.
Your point?
Maybe you can grab
Wait,
it
I'm
then.
sorry, is that Travis?
Ugh, don't insult me!
Come on, I said.
Yes, it is.
won't know if it
It's
works
Travis.
unless you try.
Hold on.
Please tell me you're joking.
It's Travis, right? Must
It's
be.
not me.
This must be Travis.
There's an easy way to solve this. If we all summon our spirits, then we'll know.
I don't know who you are.
Unfortunately, there are countless wielders in our unions. It would be easy for any of us to summon a Cherothy that isn't a nightmare.
I might recognize you, but I'm
I'm
not sure.
afraid that your suggestion wouldn't help us get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, in that case, who's to say that the nightmare you saw belongs to one of us?
Okay, no, I don't necessarily
It could
recognize
belong
you
to
either.
anyone in our unions.
that's highly unlikely. Do you recall the tool the wielders were given in order to make them stronger? We generally don't concern ourselves with what they have at their disposal. However, I believe those tools were the nightmare's doing.
The bangles. I know when they're equipped, they have the power to collect dark energy. But I thought we all agreed that was okay.
Collecting is fine, but using that power is the equivalent of using the power of darkness.
It's a brilliant plan. Everyone knows that all spirits look the same, and wielders exist in spades. There's no way to tell.
Oh no. Everyone's already equipped their bangles.
So what now? How do we find out who's behind this?
Seeing as those bangles couldn't have been acquired by just anyone, I believe it's one of us here in this room.
No, Ira. I respectfully disagree. What proof do we have that the bangles are tied to the power of darkness, or if a nightmare is to blame? We shouldn't simply jump to conclusions.
Ira, some leader you are. You've managed to plant seeds of doubt in all of us with that speech. What, did you expect the traitor to give themselves up with that accusation of yours? That was foolish.
Aced, that's quite enough.
It looks to me like the Master made the wrong choice.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
I think we're done here. I trust you'll keep us all updated.
I hope we can all resolve this soon.
That didn't go as expected.
What's wrong, Ira? This isn't like you.
A lost page. Something's missing from our book of prophecies. Each of our copies were said to contain the events of the future. But this incident, well, it's nowhere to be found.
And how does this whole thing with the traitor tie together?
Like I said, it's nowhere to be found. In my book.
Ira, are you implying that someone is in possession of the missing page? And the person with the complete book is the traitor?
There is something going on, and a page is suspiciously missing from the book. It's not so far-fetched to assume that the one who has the lost page has been turned, that they have fallen into the hands of darkness. Trust me.
There seems to be no record of it in my book either. You may be onto something. I wonder, could this have been the Master's plan all along? To grant the lost page to only one of us?
We have no way of knowing. The Master is gone.
I understand what you're saying. I promise to keep a close eye on the others. I will keep you informed, as always.
Thanks.
Of course. After all, that is what the Master asked of me. And Ira, may your heart be your guiding key.
There was that sentence again. Oh, back in time. Okay, gotcha. Case of envy.
So, to sum it up, I'll need you to observe the others. Easy breezy.
All right.
Like I said, Ira may have to take over for me. But don't be shy. Just be fair. And do not be afraid to speak up. Even though I say observe, you'll need to be the mediator. Make sure people get along.
I understand, but without you or Luciu, to form and maintain our own unions is... it's a little unnerving, to be honest.
Oh, come on. Lighten up a little. Maybe I'll never disappear. Wait. Do you want me to go?
What? No, of course not.
I was just kidding.
Oh, I see.
Look, I get that change can be hard for everyone, but things need to keep moving forward. And you need to keep up. Otherwise, you'll just get left behind, all alone. Now that you know what the future holds, Envy, what does your heart say? May your heart be your guiding key. I say it all the time. You ultimately need to do what your heart feels is right.
Right.
He's a very emoting guy.
I was wrong about Ira. I thought he would make a great leader, but he let me down. Well, what do you two think? You don't believe what Ira said, do you?
Of course not. His argument was unconvincing. It's like Invi said. He's just making baseless assumptions given the situation. There's no evidence to tie his accusations to anyone, let alone one of us.
Maybe there's something he hasn't told us.
And he needs to tell us. How dare he look at us with suspicion? We're his comrades.
I wouldn't call us comrades. Anyway, could you get to the point? I know you didn't call us here just to complain.
I want the three of us to form an alliance.
But alliances are forbidden, us said.
I knew it. I had a feeling it would come to this. So, we join forces, then confront Ira?
Confronting him is pointless. Ira won't change his mind.
Alright.
I know there's darkness at work. There's no question. But I don't believe for a second there's a traitor among us. Unfortunately, Ira doesn't share the same belief. He's just wasting time trying to figure out who the traitor is. The darkness won't wait, and neither should we. We need to band together now and find a way to fight it.
Should probably find a way
Guess
to
it makes sense.
find it first.
I agree that we need to do something to fight the darkness. But combining our unions? That was strictly forbidden by the Master.
He's no longer here.
I'm in. But let's be clear. The alliance is just between the two of us right now. I don't want my union members involved.
Gula! I want to follow the Master's teachings.
Understood. That's your choice to make. You should do whatever you feel is right.
Yeah.
By the way, Ased, do Ira and Invi know?
I haven't talked to Ira about it for obvious reasons, but I did ask Envy to join us.
You wanted to see me? Gula, Ava, what are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
Hear me out, Envy. I want an alliance among our unions. Gula here has already agreed. Will you join us? And together we can...
And disobey the Master's teachings?
We don't have a choice. Darkness is approaching, and we need to combine our strength to stand against it.
The Master bestowed each of us with a different role, and he specifically told us to keep our union separate, to maintain the balance of power. He told us that any imbalance would lead to a desire for more power, which leads to darkness. I know you haven't forgotten. Perhaps it's you who has been tainted by darkness.
I'm tainted by darkness? Then what about you, Envy? You spy on us and report everything you see back to Ira. You really think you have no darkness in your heart after what you did?
Because that is my role.
To observe us, yes.
Oh, is she voiced
but
by
not
the
to
same
disclose
person that voices
everything we say
Aqua?
and do to Ira.
That's...
For all we know,
She sound
you
like
and
her
Ira could
there.
be allies, scheming behind our backs.
that's enough.
Maybe.
When will it stop? I don't want us to turn against each other.
Master Ava.
Oh, hello. Your name is Ephemera, right?
Uh-huh. Hey, can I join you?
Uh-huh.
Why the long face? Did something happen?
Do I know you?
Long day. Do you remember what you asked me before? About why the unions compete against each other instead of working together. Actually, I always wondered the same thing.
Huh? Isn't it just because the Master said so?
Yes, as such, we must obey. The Master said so, so it is. Lately, I've really started to wonder. You once told me that you were looking for answers. That you wanted to solve the mysteries of this world. Well, I think that's how things
I'll
should be.
beat you.
We need to question things and think for ourselves.
Oh yeah, I don't. I'm just
Whoa.
trying to follow what
You are
they're
really not
specifically
yourself
saying.
today. I guess even
And trying
foretellers
to
have
gather
their off
anything
days.
from it.
Hey, maybe talking about the book will cheer you up.
I have
Not a
never
chance.
seen nor touched that game, so.
You were trying to pull a fast one on me, weren't you?
Oh, no, I was joking.
If you say so. But to be honest, I think it would be great if all the unions could work together and be friends.
You know, I made a friend from another union today.
Was it the main protagonist?
Wasn't much of a talker.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
just
was the
shy.
main protagonist.
We're meeting again
Because they
tomorrow.
didn't say anything.
That sounds like so much fun. Then
Or
we'd better
main
go home and get some
protagonist,
sleep.
your
Okay.
player character. Most likely.
Well, it was nice talking to you. I don't know what's got you down. But please cheer up.
Thank you. If the worst happens, I'll be glad to leave the future to the kids who see the world in the way that you do. Let the wind carry you far, far away. My dandelions.
Okay. I'll remember dandelions, I guess.
Envy. Have you learned something?
It seems a set in
Oh, I
Gula's
saw the
unions
Kingdom
are now
Hearts
allied.
symbol thingamajig. Oh, not Kingdom Hearts,
So
but the
Ascend
Heartless
is the
symbol.
traitor after all.
There's Darkseid.
No, I don't believe
The
he
fucking
is.
jobber.
Why is that?
To Ased, unification is a means of gathering strength to oppose the darkness. So I believe his heart still belongs to the light.
Even so, forming alliances was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Yes, and his teachings are absolute. That's why I will try and persuade Gula to dissolve their alliance.
Then I'll do it.
No. Please, let me do the talking. Your intervention will do nothing more than spur Ased's anger.
All right. I'll leave it to you.
And one more thing. Ased has begun to question the two of us. As a precaution, my reports will be less frequent. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. Please understand.
Yes, I do.
A few months later, okay. So how did this plan work? Did it go well?
I think I'm done.
Done with what?
The Alliance. I think it's time to call it quits.
For what reason?
To put it simply, I entered this alliance thinking we were preparing to fight some impending darkness, but it hasn't come. In fact, there haven't been any suspicious incidents recently, and you haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees. Oh,
Envy?
uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
Maybe. But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
And that's exactly why. I just can't trust anyone but myself.
Don't you realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Sorry, my mind's made up.
Envy. You will regret this.
Yeah, and his personality seems very like, oh, whatever. Just casually spill this.
You been here long? My bad.
No.
Oh well, back again. Okay.
So, what did you want?
You didn't forget, did you? You're the one who called me here.
Lighten up! I was just kidding. I didn't forget. Give me a little credit here. I was just testing you.
Right.
Now then, allow me to tell you about your role.
The master is
You're
so
going to be Ira's
casual.
right-hand man.
It's really weird.
Ira's right-hand man?
But
What do you mean?
I do like him.
Well,
But he's
Ira's
so
gonna be the
casual.
leader after I'm gone, you see. So, just stand by. Don't disappoint.
Explain to me, Master. What do you mean Ira's going to be leader?
What? Is that disappointment I hear? Did you want to be leader?
No! I mean, if you had asked me to be the leader, that's a different story, but I wasn't trying.
You really want to be leader, huh?
Well...
I know you want it, but that just isn't enough. Any chump can say, here's a huge promotion, good job, and make you head honcho. But enthusiasm alone doesn't make a great leader. Ira needs someone like you to give him a push in the right direction.
I agree. Ira is definitely the most worthy among us. I'm sure he'll make a fine leader.
Then it's settled.
Wait, I agreed that he is worthy. But why do we need a new leader, Master? Does that mean you will no longer be teaching us?
Well, I might disappear one day. Well, I might disappear.
Disappear? Why? Where?
Speak up sooner if you're listening. It was embarrassing for me.
What is happening?
Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna disappear or not. It's anyone's guess right now.
But
Huh?
In any case, you need to support Ira. We both know he's quite serious. He's always just thinking and thinking and thinking behind that unicorn mask of his. So everyone will be counting on you to spur him into action.
right.
You might not be entirely happy with your role, but just know that it's the most important one. Capiche? Shall I elaborate? Making Ira the leader is all good in theory, but sometime later you might think, he's terrible at this. In which case it'll be your job to step up. Who knows? Your leadership might be just what everyone needs. And that is your true role. May your heart be your guiding key. Best of luck, I said.
Although by that, I don't think he means that you need to violently take his
It's been
place.
over a year since the Master left. It's time for me to fulfill my true role.
Alright. I don't know if this is the answer or the thing he wants you to do, but okay. The fuck? Alright.
Why do you get in my way?
Oh, don't worry. Doesn't matter if you fucking dropped it. Just teleport
Don't
it
be
to
so conceited.
yourself.
I'm protecting the balance, just like the master told us to. You need to come to your senses.
If we don't do something, light will expire. Then we won't be able to avoid the grim future that awaits. We need to defy the Master's teachings to protect the world.
You're saying he was wrong?
He's not here anymore. I won't let his prophecy come true. I won't let the world fall into darkness.
You fool!
Yeah, there we go.
Ava, over here!
Envy! Ased! What's going on?
I found out who the traitor is. Regrettably.
No, that's not true!
Ava, there's no time to lose.
Very confused by him, but okay. Let's just let let's just let this play out.
May my heart be my guiding key.
He's like the most suspicious out of the ones here. Which one? Aced or Gula, the fucking dude who's just standing there being like, aha, and then being like, haha, I'm gonna hop in now because it looks good for me. Yes, he sure indeed is very suspicious. What are you reading? Okay. Ah, now we're gonna get the case of Gula.
Master. Master?
I see.
If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure. Oh, no, stay. Now, where? Ah, here it is.
What? Okay.
What's this?
Go on, read it.
Cool, however it's spelled. Just smirked,
This is
there's
from the
nothing
Book
in it.
of
Yeah,
Prophecies.
exactly.
But
Yep. It's a page that's not in any of your books.
and what's written here is
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you, and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor...
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If
Hmm?
anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor. It's brilliant.
Way to steal my thunder, show off.
Huh?
It's not fair. My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius.
I'm sorry? But was my logic flawed?
Oh, you're right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight. Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
Until we find out exactly what is written in that book, we can't really, like, look at what is happening here and
Trust no
say
one but
whether or not it's, like, reasonable. Because it's like, we need to know what the fuck the plan was, or, like, what the fuck he was thinking at all. It's like, I'm guessing he meant for them all to infight, Because this is the purpose, but what is the furthest? Is it just to follow what it says? In which case, what is the furthest thing? I'm gonna assume they mentioned that at some point. Probably not here, maybe in 3, I don't know. But even then, how would he know who's deviating from the rules if no one tells each other their roles? That's, yeah.
The books we
that is also a thing.
Are incomplete. There's a lost page.
Lost page?
On that page, it is written that there is a traitor. The Master told me to find and stop that person.
I called you my comrade. But never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor, and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor, and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
You can barely stay on your feet. Just give up already!
Don't you underestimate me!
Please stop!
You too, huh?
Why did it have to come to this?
No one knows. We thought Birth by Sleep gave the most Revenge of the Sith vibes. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Dude, Aset is like more evil than like Terra is like turning towards being like.
Come to finish me off, and make it quick.
You know, besides the fact that Terra is literally has
That's
darkness
not
powers,
what brought
but
me here today. I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all.
which is to just
It
lead.
isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on. With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
You still count me as one of the 5 lights?
Of course.
Only you could be such a good guy after everything we've been through. But hey, I guess that's one of the reasons I respect you so much. However, we still might only be 4. I'm talking about Gula. He's using the knowledge of something called the Lost Page. He said that it contains events that are missing from all of our books. He's using it to discover and apprehend whoever is the traitor. Claims that's his role. But who knows what his real intentions are? What I do know is that I'll never forgive him for hiding the fact that he knew someone would betray us. That's the biggest betrayal of all.
This is Kingdom Hearts execute
I'd
Order
like to believe
16
that
while
Gula
Birth by
was
Sleep is
simply
Anakin
carrying
not
out
being
his role.
accepted by the Jedi Council and getting nightmares and
Aset,
getting no help
I'll
from
deal
Yoda.
with
Yeah.
this matter. Please keep it to
Yeah,
yourself for
a
now.
little bit.
Understood.
I need to see that lost page.
Why did you tell Ira? It had to be you. because you were the only one who knew.
My
where we
theory
were
is I'm
hiding.
absolutely certain
Didn't
that
you
there is
think for
no
a second
traitor.
that your
The
actions
master is
could be
just
making things
fucking
worse than they
around. He's like,
already
yeah,
are?
sure, let's just go with
And
that.
why should that even bother you?
And he's like, nah.
Not only do you have your union,
Or
but
by
you've
the
also
fact that
gathered
that
the
is the
finest
thing of
Keyblade
like there
wielders
might be a
from other
traitor. That
unions,
is the
and you're training them in a secret
they're like
location, aren't
gaslighting
you?
themselves
Yes, because
into
that is my
thinking there's a
rule.
traitor. Therefore, a traitor
I had no
appears
idea.
because they are infighting.
I apologize.
So they become
Overstepped.
traitors themselves while there isn't any. I'm sure the
shouldn't have
master's just
snapped at you
fucking
either.
around and been like, yeah, because I needed this to happen. Because that's how what's going to happen.
What
So
did
I needed
Ira
to
want?
do something. So I orchestrated you all with roles and told
I
you
don't
to,
know
and
exactly.
no one told each other their roles.
He
So
just
they all
asked me to give up Gula.
have misthoughts about
eyes.
each other. It's like, man,
They were.
what a fucking genius this master is. It's like, yeah, let's go. And then he
I
has
was
his
worried he'd
favorite.
do
It was
something
just like,
awful.
go, disappear somewhere.
I knew I couldn't tell him where Gula was. Then he turned around and walked away.
I see. And Gula? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's gone.
Man, people have a tendency to just fucking disappear, don't they? Everyone's just running around with Sneak 100 for some reason. Or somehow. And then we have this little fucker.
Someone's coming. They're headed straight this way.
Take care
Meanwhile,
of
the
him.
union members are dealing with their own dark stuff. Yeah, I'm sure. I wouldn't know though. I haven't played the game.
Ira?
Yeah.
Is something wrong?
I know Gula's here.
What?
Tell me where he is.
Did you say that you know where he is?
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna kill him.
None of your concern.
Don't.
What?
I won't let you near him.
So that's it. All right. I'll go.
Huh? I feel like I don't believe you, but okay. I'm very confused.
Gula, what are you doing?
Something happened?
Ira was here. He wanted me to give you up.
And then I said no, and he left.
It's finally come to this.
Come to what?
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books. It contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal.
Let me guess.
It talks about the one who bears the sigil.
I was like, that doesn't actually exist.
That's
but,
it. So, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest.
What sigil?
My role,
What fucking
to
sigil
find
are we
out who it
talking
is.
about here?
I suspected a said and went to confront him. And look what happened.
Why are you telling me this, Gula? I have enough to think about, keeping with the Master's teachings and my role.
Always walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page. Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best. That's why.
You guys don't feel like everything
to
that
find
you've been
out.
told by the Master is kind of
But how?
ambiguous and just like,
By asking the Master,
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom
it
Hearts
would
is
be really
forbidden.
helpful if you
That's
drew the
exactly
sigil.
why.
Yeah, maybe.
The only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But
Let me guess. Are
In
you
order to
gonna
go
end
through
up
with it.
be?
I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough.
Oh, what? So we're calling
You
Lucio
always do the
Lux
right
now?
thing.
Or
Help me with this.
are you gonna technically at this point become the traitor because you're doing that, and so you end up becoming the traitor?
I'm sorry. I know
Or-
you want the master to return,
This is a really
but you don't know how some main
intricate
Kingdom Hearts will
plan
affect the rest
that
of
the
the world.
master come up with he's just like,
The
oh,
master
I fucking
forbid it for a
outsmarted them
reason.
completely.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
I'm very curious to see what the plan was. And whether or not it makes sense or it's outright dumb.
May your heart be your guiding key.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts. Which one? Go. What do you mean there's only ever been one? Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like,
Lulu's
but
on a mission to collect
I
Lux.
believe they're okay. No, Lux is not Lucio. Lux is a different thing.
That
Gotcha.
explains why a set and
I feel
ear
like
were
Kingdom
as well.
Hearts has been
They're
different
trying to
ones, but
maintain the
it's because
balance.
there is never two
But
at once.
That
The
isn't
first
balance
Kingdom
we were
Hearts was
expected
in
to keep.
one, which was an
If
incomplete
everyone's
Kingdom
collecting
Hearts.
light,
The second Kingdom
so
Hearts
for
was in
themselves.
Kingdom Hearts 2
Keyblade
with the
wielders
hearts
will soon
that
turn against
Semnus
one
was trying to
another.
collect, but at that point that was also the
Which will
only
lead to
Kingdom Hearts, and then that disappeared.
The Keyblade War.
So like there's only ever
And
one
what's
Kingdom
written in the
Hearts,
book?
but they are different ones.
All of it will happen.
I feel like Kingdom Hearts is just
Light will
a
expire.
like a title for a
Amy,
specific like
what are
power
you going
source
to do?
almost.
I'll gather Lux too. No matter what, the balance must be kept.
So it's not a thing specifically. It's
Ava.
it's whatever
You do the same.
that just
You must-
becomes it.
Delay the inevitable.
Right.
That's at least what I've gathered. If I'm wrong, then who knows? I feel like Kingdom Hearts is whatever it needs to be for the plot. That is also potentially true. I mean, maybe Lux is another nickname for a nickname like Benjamin. Two nicknames could be Ben or Benny. Well, no, because they said is to gather Lux. You generally don't gather a person, so I don't feel like they were referring to Luxu or Lushu. Okay, now we're back and she's getting her role or whatever.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen. The entire world will be lost to darkness.
Unless you're a
But
Sora,
Master,
because we have more than
isn't there
one of
anything
the
we
same
can do?
person. Alright. But what about Mushu?
That's what brings
Because they've
me to
been
your
referring to
role.
him.
You might just
No.
be the only hope of keeping light from expiring.
Hope? Master, what is it that you need me to do?
Good fucking question.
Don't get involved in any battles. Forget the notion of unions. Find Keyblade wielders with potential and create an entirely separate organization.
Huh?
Then, like the seeds of a dandelion, let them fly to another world. They will keep the light alive.
You really think that I'm the right person for this?
Ava, you're the only person for this.
Her role seems like the most...
I understand.
Like, her role is the only one that isn't to deal with
Today
these
you're
five.
here to continue with your training for our mission. This session may
Her
seem
role
like it's
seems
familiar to you,
reasonable and
but
relevant.
in a world that is different, one made
That
of
needs
dreams.
to exist. Because it's like, this place will die.
You are our hope.
Your role is to make sure that
A war will soon
shit
wage.
doesn't just end.
Those who
Alright.
strive to protect
They're
the light
trying to create infinite organizations. I
will turn their
don't know
weapons
yet.
on their allies.
No, it's mostly because
For the
this
sake
whole
of
world will
loyalty to
die
their own unions.
and fall to darkness. So her role is to make sure that
To be
some
honest,
people will carry light away
I
from
don't know
here
how far I can guide all
and
of you.
from a different point,
What you must remember is that
like
anyone can lose
expand
themselves to the darkness.
light so that darkness can't win completely.
However, There will be no winners. Everything will be lost.
So it's like, this place is fucked.
Except
You make sure
all
the
of you
people
who are the
get
seeds
away
of
from
hope.
here and
When
create
the time comes, and there
a
is
place.
war, you mustn't
Basically
fight,
make a base
but
somewhere
instead
else
you
and
must fly
go
away
from there.
Here to the world outside. This training is to help you fulfill this crucial task.
Forget the notion
The
of union.
future
Feels like down the road
is
she
in
should
all
know
your
something is up
hands.
when our lights bring
As
up
is
to
the
union.
world's light. May your hearts be your guiding key.
Now we get Case of Lushu. Again?
The Gazing Eye? It's not what it's called.
It's called No Name?
Oh, what then?
Actually, no name.
Yeah, no name.
Well, gazing or not, that Keyblade does have an eye in it. My eye, to be exact. Ew! Oh, you think that's gross, do ya? No. Yeah, sure. Anyway, about your role. You need to pass down that Keyblade.
What is with this
to your
key?
apprentice and then him to his, so that my eye can see the future.
So the
Oh,
Book of Prophecies.
Bingo! The fact that it exists is proof of your success. That means you've trained a worthy apprentice, passed down that handsome Keyblade, and fulfilled your role. Congratulations! What's the matter? Come on, you did a fantastic job. At least smile a little.
But I haven't done anything yet.
Good point. Guess you better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on out. No Book of Prophecies to keep you company either. I can't have you causing any temporal paradoxes. But hey, we both know you'll do just fine without it, right?
Do I really have to go alone? What about the others?
Minor details, so don't sweat it. For now, you, that Keyblade, and this box need to stay out of sight. Just watch with your own eyes, and my eye, of course, as things unfold between the others. Then, when the time is right, go off and do your thing.
What's in it?
It's a secret. And, well, you see, the thing is, you can never, ever open it.
Great, now I really want to know.
All right. I'll indulge you. But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
I promise. But why?
You'll see.
fucking god. Oh, okay.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Oh, you're just gonna stand there and... Okay. Okay. We got a shit ton of questions. Okay, hold on. So those 5, I'm gonna assume that the game plays out the rest of the... Oh, fuck my life, I'm missing the people. I wanted to... Ray Chase, I recognize the name, but I didn't really see... Fuck my life, I missed the people. We can't rewind, I'm pretty sure. So those 5, I'm gonna assume, all of that, whatever plot that was happening there, is gonna fucking unfold, or unfolded in the game. and whatever the fuck. I know that it's... Oh god. I know that your character that you play in that game is important in some way, in one or another, which I don't know if it's actually necessary to know, though. But I know that they do something. Well, I mean, the point with that game is that everyone is like random people. Or it should have been, but then your person is like... I believe like the dude you play in that game is like the most important in the entire fucking series. I believe. But, you know, hopefully, maybe I'll get any questions answered when we get, you know, when we've been 3. That would be interesting. I would fucking sure as shit love to know. What game was that? Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. A mobile game. Not playable anymore. So, yeah, also it's terrible. So, you know, that's also another factor. I know it's just how you phrased it made it so funny. I mean, yeah. And so, okay, so okay, out of all of that, really, the only thing we needed to know, or at least I know that, is with Lucio, is that he has the no-name Keyblade with the Eye of the Master, that he needs to find an apprentice and hand that Keyblade down so that the Master can see the future, and therefore create the Book of Prophecies, because that Keyblade being handed down in the future makes him able to see the future at that moment in time, meaning that he can make the book. I'm gonna assume is how that is supposed to work. So even though it's not passed down yet, he's still able to do that because he will be passing it down in the future. Fuck this. But oh yeah, okay. This is the easiest part of like time shit. Doesn't the no-name Keyblade being called the no-name Keyblade mean that it does in fact have a name? Well, I mean, it doesn't have... Well, that's also a thing, but like, it doesn't have a specific name, so it's just referred to as no-name. And therefore, technically, yes, it has a name. But, you know, don't worry about that. That's a paradox in itself, I'm sure. But what we then... So, Lucio does that, and so eventually, Xehanort ends up with the no-name Keyblade. And then there is this black box with something in it. Maybe. Or it's like, oh, there's nothing in it. Fuck you. Which I know the black box is relevant. The black box will come back in 3. It's very important. I know that Maleficent is looking for a black box. But, alright. Plot twist, the black box contained all of Sora's common sense somehow. I mean, what do you mean unlocked characters? What does that mean? Oh, right. Well, unless he has immortality via aging and he wants Lucio to hide the box, how would he be alive to write what he sees in the future? Okay, hold on, wait a minute. I think my brain can't comprehend your sentence. let me look at your sentence again and let me see if I can actually understand what it says. But unless he has immortality, the Master, via aging, and he wants Lucio to hide the box, how would he be alive to write what he sees in the future? No, he just... I'm gonna assume, because it will happen, he can see it in that moment because it is. Yet again, we go by the sense of that's bullshit, but I'll believe it. Just follow that. now, doesn't matter. He can. Because we're not gonna get an actual answer in that sense specifically, unless they do, in which I will be impressed. But I doubt it. Okay, the Master of Masters. A mysterious man who possesses an eye that can see into the future. Sort of, but not really. Yeah, exactly. Paradoxes. Hilarious. They exist everywhere. He uses the knowledge to write the Book of Prophecies. No one knows whether his mischievous nature is calculated or true. He disappears after bestowing 5 of his 6 apprentices with a copy of the book. Right. What a fucking... yeah. Era... Dude, all of these 5 are being played, like, in some way or another. Like, absolutely. His role was to be the new leader of the Foretellers after the Master vanishes. Envy... She holds the Master in high esteem. Her role is to watch over the others with a fair eye. Yeah. I said his was important. Are they being played like a deaf fiddle, though? Quite possibly, yes. Yeah, her role is to find exceptional Keyblade wielders regardless of union and create her own organization. I feel like she is the only one that got a relevant and not bullshit role. The Master is like, I'm gonna fuck over these guys. You, though, you can get a reasonable role and do something that's actually supposed to be. But while I'm gonna give these 4 the role that they need in order to create the future. Fiddle's too small for how they're being played. His role is to solve the mysteries of the Book of Prophecies. I'm gonna assume you fucking failed with that one. Lushu, the only one of the Master's disciples who does not receive a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He is bestowed with a Keyblade and a black box before setting out on his journey. That's... Yep. Sirthi, how are you important at all? Created by the Master to serve the Keyblade wielders. They originally exist as helpful spirits. If their wielders become lost to darkness, however, they turn black and become nightmares. Ooh, okay. Ephemer, why are you here? Dude, okay. Dandelions. Oh, that was a special union for exceptional Keyblade wielders. Oh, okay. Cool. Great. Alright, well,